in there, Liverpool. Come on, you mighty Reds. One game away, people. One game away to be champions. Champions elect, people. I can't believe that performance today compared to that rubbish game we played the other day against Neverton. The performance today was everything I wanted in that previous game. Shooting from outside, taking on the players, show them like we've got no respect for them, and plus, obviously, the performance was out of this world. Listen, I can't argue with a 4-0 result today. That's the best thing I've seen all season so far. I know it's without fans, but when you show performance like that, especially when the opposition fears you and don't even take a shot on target, you can't really complain about that. That's what I've been asking for ages. I said City always do that against other teams. Why can't we? We're European champions, World Club champions, and UEFA Super Cup champions, and soon to be league champions, Premier League champions. How we don't perform like this game in and game out is beyond me. I know sometimes the players that come in they are weaker than what we got, but that's what we've got to work on. Hopefully during next season. Obviously, we need the players to do that because if you look at our bench sometimes it's not really strong, especially when you see Lovren on there. You might as well just give up the game if he comes on. He's really irrelevant, and plus he plays for the other team whenever he comes on. It scares the heck out of me whenever he's on the pitch. But we've done great today. I can't argue with that performance. Other than a few chances, Ronaldo had a few chances today in front of the goal. One the keeper saved, and one he hit it. I don't know where he hit it, in the cop somewhere. He could have done better. Could have done better during the game. Actually, could have had a hat trick today. To be fair, two wide shots and a goalkeeper. He hit it straight on the goalkeeper, which is unlike Ronaldo when he's in front of goal. Normally he scores goals. And we opened the goal with Mr. Trent Alexander, the only Scouser in the team. What a goal. What a free kick. You know what? If you look at the Everton game, he could have done the same thing, but unfortunately, someone headed it for a corner. But the kid can actually shoot like that. So we can't complain about him scoring a wonder goal like he did today. I'm so happy for him as well because he deserves it. Let's just be honest, people. This kid deserves everything he's getting, and even more because he doesn't only score goals; he creates goals. He starts off attacks, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves for things like that. They always talk about his defending, but why don't you look at his age and what he does for his age? Can you imagine when he's 28 or 26 or 27, and how better he can be in the future instead of like judging him when he's only 20 and saying, "Oh, he's a bad defender." It's nothing to do with defending at the moment. This type of football people play nowadays is more to do with attack rather than going back to the defending. But especially when you got the possession of the ball, so the more possession you have, the less the other team attacks, and that's what Klopp tries to drum into our players, uh, and which we all want. I mean, we don't want to see like Roy Hodgson type of football anymore, do we? Like we used to see in the past. To be honest, if you look at the game, Zaha came off. Well, I've seen some people say when Zaha comes off, Palace ain't the same anymore. But you need to look at it. Was Palace the same even in the first when he was on the pitch? What was he actually doing in the game? That's what you got to think about as well. He didn't do much even when he was fully fit, and I can't see him like doing anymore because if you look at our domination in the game, we we tracked everyone down. I think like a pack of wolves, they were going after everyone, and I think like from the first minute to the 90th minute, they were just doing the same thing again and again and again, and we just didn't give in, and we scored another one after that, Mr. Salah. Wow, can you believe he can still score goals, people? I mean, this guy is losing it, they're saying, but he gets another one thanks to Mr. Fabinho's pass from near the halfway line. This guy Fabinho, sometimes he worries me because the lack of pace of catching people. That's what worries me about him sometimes. But today he was outstanding. I can't even complain about him. You know what I mean, I even apologize if I said anything about him in the past. Um, I did say a lot actually about him when he came back from injury and how like he was struggling to get into games and people going by past him all the time. But to be honest, in the last two games, he's been outstanding. I can't complain about Mr. Fabinho. I hope he continues with his performances. And obviously, he scored the goal, another screamer, just like Man City when he scored that goal from 25 yards. The guy is getting better and better. Can you imagine him in the next couple of years dominating that midfield and nobody messing with him? Can you imagine that? And then everybody was going to talk about him like they do about Fernandinho, because Fernandinho has reached that age, he has to go. Can you imagine that? Like when he once he reaches that status, every team in the world would want him. Well, Real Madrid had him, but they got rid of him. But I don't think he's going to go anywhere else other than staying at Liverpool. I hope so anyway. Other than that, um, I got to talk about us lot, like we're us shooting from outside the box. I don't think we do enough of that. Let's just be honest, there, people. If you watch Liverpool as much as I have, I I can admit that we don't shoot outside the box enough. That's what we have to move towards next season. Especially in these tight games when the teams defend so deep and we just try to pass it around side to side, and then we get nowhere. Try to get Trent to cross in from the byline, and then hits the first man, and it goes off for a corner, and it goes off for a throw. It just gets boring. This, if we can shoot from the outside of the box like we did today, we'll get more goals. It might not be the best shot sometimes, but you never know. It might hit someone and go in. You never know. The goalkeeper might go the wrong way if the ball just swerves. You never know. You never know in these kind of games. And the fourth goal, Mr. Mane, what a pass from Salah. What a pass. Sometimes I used to say like Salah only passes when he scores in games. I could be wrong, but if you look at the other games, yeah, I think I'm right. But you can judge for yourself. Because during games, I've seen him like when he hasn't scored, he's always trying to score from everywhere, trying to take on players, trying to shoot from different angles, trying to go this way, trying to go that way. It gets to the point you get frustrated with Salah. As much as we love him, he gets our goals. He's a goal scorer. Let's be honest here. He's a goal scorer, yes. But sometimes you got to pass it. Because I looked at the one when he went through and Minamino was on the other side, and all he had to do is get it across to him. I thought he took a shot, but how wrong I was. Actually, he tried to pass it, and the goalkeeper saved it. But sometimes you got to look at the way you pass the balls, because he tried to pass it outside the foot when he could have just passed it inside. The right with the right foot, because especially when you're on the right side, you're not gonna keep cutting in with your left foot every single time. Sometimes you're going to go on your right because the defender puts you that way. So he needs to learn how to actually get the ball across with his right foot. Then it will be easier for other players to come in the far side and tap it in. And yeah, and well, Mane, I didn't think he played really well today, but that pass from Salah got him that outstanding goal. What a finish, Mane! What a finish! You're my favorite player, Mane. But I lean you to get into games more often than not, because when you're in the game, it makes it more. We become more dangerous, and teams fear us, especially with you on the pitch. And Crystal Palace, they were awful, guys. I can't state that anymore. They were really awful. I don't think they were in the game from minute one to the 90th minute. They haven't done anything at all in the whole game, and hopefully they pack their bags and go away. I don't want to see them doing what they've done to us in the last few seasons when they come and give us a hard game. I think it's over those days. Bye bye, Palace. Bye bye. Bye bye. There's another thing I want to talk about Liverpool. Hopefully they will work on it next season. The fear factor. We need to like have basically teams have fear against us, like they do against City. When they turn up, they already know they lost the game. If we have that in our team, can you imagine how far we can go with this squad? The squad, what is the average age? Is 26, something like that, and the top three strikers are all 28 at the same time. Can you imagine, like in the next what, just say 4 years, 4 to 5 years, how much of a fear we will have from other teams when they come and like face us home and away? it'll be at this world. We just got to keep going with things like this. We show teams respect, but to the extent they fear us when we face them. They already know basically when they come to the game, we're already going to lose. Let's hope and just play for lesser score than 4 goals. Let them win by 3 goals, something like that. Like City always happens to. Let's be honest, it always happens with City. That's what we got to do. Same thing as City have. Then we could just stroll through games, and then instead of like worrying the last minute another goal was going in, all that stuff. And furthermore, Allison didn't make a save today. No wonder why he gets injured most of the time, because probably those legs don't work out as much as they should. But at the end of the day, that's what we'd rather have, wouldn't we, Liverpool fans? Our goalkeeper doing nothing. And lastly, can we talk about Mr. Martin Tyler? Whenever he's refereeing games, it's like a funeral with Liverpool. I don't know why sorry, not refereeing games, sorry, commentating on our games. It's like a funeral in the stadium. Why is it every single time this guy is commentating on our games, there's no excitement? But when he commentates Man United games, he's always jumping off his chair at his old age and he's doing somersaults and all that stuff. I'm getting bored of this stuff. Either do it in a fair, neutral way, or don't bother even commentating on our games. It's getting to the point. It's getting to the point that it's disgusting. I'm telling you right now, I'm not the only one who says that. A lot of Liverpool fans can see it. That whenever he commentates on our games, it's just dead. There's no atmosphere. Even when there's fans in the stadium, there's no atmosphere. There's nothing. He needs to either do it in a fair way or just pass it on to someone else that will get excited when there's a goal going in. Thank you, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.